Welcome. In this riveting journey through the darkest corners of human behavior, we'll explore the true stories that have left the world in awe over the past decade. These are the crimes that transcended headlines and seared themselves into the collective consciousness. From perplexing mysteries to gut-wrenching tragedies, we'll unravel the chilling narratives behind these shocking acts, shedding light on the darkness that sometimes lurks within us all. Prepare to be captivated as we dive into the harrowing world of true crime. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on our gripping chronicles of human intrigue and deception. Let's delve into the depths of these astonishing tales together. Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos. The downfall of Theranos refers to the dramatic collapse of the biotech company founded by Elizabeth Holmes. Theranos was a once promising startup that aimed to revolutionize the healthcare industry by developing a device capable of conducting multiple diagnostic tests with only a few drops of blood. Theranos gained considerable attention and funding, reaching a peak valuation of $9 billion, largely based on the charisma and vision of its young founder, Elizabeth Holmes. She presented Theranos as a game-changing technology that would enable easier and more affordable blood testing, with the potential to revolutionize the medical field. However, in 2015, investigative reports by the Wall Street Journal exposed significant doubts regarding Theranos' claims and allegations of deceptive practices. It was revealed that Theranos had not been transparent about the limitations of its technology, and that the majority of the blood tests were being conducted using traditional machines, not the proprietary device called Edison. Further investigations by regulatory authorities, including the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, found that Theranos had violated numerous regulations and failed to meet quality standards in its operations. The company's claims of accuracy and reliability were called into question, ultimately leading to the revocation of its laboratory certifications and a ban on Holmes and Theranos' president, Sunny Balwani, from operating blood testing laboratories. As a result of the scandal, Theranos faced a series of legal challenges. Holmes and Balwani were indicted on multiple criminal charges of fraud and conspiracy, accused of misleading investors, doctors, and patients about the capabilities and reliability of Theranos' technology. In 2021, Holmes went to trial and was found guilty on multiple charges, while Balwani's trial is set for early 2022. The downfall of Theranos served as a cautionary tale in the startup and healthcare industries, highlighting the importance of transparency, ethics, and regulatory compliance. It also underscored the potential dangers of placing blind trust in charismatic figures, raising concerns about the potential for fraud and manipulation in the pursuit of disruptive innovations. The Harvey Weinstein scandal. The Harvey Weinstein scandal refers to a series of sexual assault and harassment allegations against Harvey Weinstein, a prominent film producer and former studio executive. The scandal came to light in October 2017, when investigative reporting by the New York Times and the New Yorker revealed numerous accusations of sexual misconduct against Weinstein, spanning several decades. The reports brought forth testimonies from numerous women, including actresses, former employees, and aspiring actresses, who accused Weinstein of sexual assault, harassment, and rape. The allegations described a pattern of abuse, with Weinstein reportedly using his position of power to coerce or force women into unwanted sexual encounters by promising career opportunities or threatening their careers if they resisted. The scandal also highlighted a widespread culture of silence and complicity within the entertainment industry. As the allegations gained more attention, a wave of women, often using the #MeToo hashtag, shared their own experiences of sexual harassment and assault, exposing a broader issue prevalent across industries and society at large. The revelations against Weinstein resulted in a significant impact on the industry. Many individuals within Hollywood and beyond publicly denounced Weinstein and expressed support for the victims. Weinstein was subsequently fired from his own production company, the Weinstein Company, which later filed for bankruptcy. Legal proceedings ensued, and Weinstein faced criminal charges related to sexual assault in New York and Los Angeles. In February 2020, Weinstein was found guilty of first-degree criminal sexual act in New York and sentenced to 23 years in prison. In California, he faced additional charges, to which he agreed to extradition if found guilty. The Weinstein scandal sparked a global discussion surrounding sexual abuse, harassment, and power dynamics in various industries, leading to initiatives aimed at fostering safer working environments and dismantling systems that perpetuate such abuses. It also highlighted the significance of holding perpetrators accountable and supporting survivors who come forward with their experiences. The Casey Anthony case. The Casey Anthony case refers to a highly publicized criminal trial that took place in Florida, United States, in 2011. The trial centered around Casey Anthony, a young mother who was charged with the murder of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee Anthony, in 2008. The case gained significant media attention due to its shocking nature, the mysterious circumstances surrounding Kaylee's disappearance, and the numerous twists and turns throughout the investigation and trial. Kaylee's disappearance was initially reported by Casey's mother, Cindy Anthony, a month after the incident occurred. During the investigation, inconsistencies in Casey's statements and behavior led law enforcement to question her involvement in Kaylee's disappearance. Suspicion grew as it was revealed that Casey had lied to her family and law enforcement about Kaylee's whereabouts and had been engaging in social activities instead of actively searching for her missing daughter. Months after Kaylee's disappearance, her skeletal remains were found in a wooded area near the Anthony family home. The cause of death could not be definitively determined, but the prosecution argued that Cassie had used chloroform to render Kaylee unconscious, and then placed duct tape over her mouth and nose, ultimately leading to her death. The trial itself became a media spectacle, with millions of viewers closely following the proceedings. The defense team, led by attorney Jose Baez, argued that Kaylee's death was an accidental drowning in the family's swimming pool, and that Casey had panicked and covered up the incident instead of reporting it. The prosecution, on the other hand, painted a picture of Casey as a careless and self-absorbed mother who had intentionally killed her daughter to regain her freedom and pursue a carefree lifestyle. After a highly publicized trial lasting several weeks, Casey Anthony was acquitted of first-degree murder, as well as charges of aggravated manslaughter and aggravated child abuse. However, she was found guilty on lesser charges of providing false information to law enforcement. The verdict sparked intense public debate and controversy, as many people were shocked and outraged by the outcome of the trial. Critics pointed to what they viewed as a lack of concrete evidence and the prosecution's failure to establish a clear motive for Casey's alleged actions. The Casey Anthony case continues to be widely discussed and studied, not only for its legal implications but also for its exploration of the complexities of the criminal justice system, the role of the media in high-profile trials, and the challenges of proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The People v. Turner case. The People v. Turner case, officially known as the State of California v. Brock Allen Turner, was a highly publicized criminal trial that gained international attention in 2016. It involved the sexual assault of an unconscious woman by Brock Turner, a student athlete at Stanford University in California. On the night of January 17, 2015, Turner sexually assaulted the woman behind a dumpster after an on-campus party. 2 graduate students passing by noticed the assault and intervened, apprehending Turner until the police arrived. During the trial, Turner was charged with multiple felonies, including rape of an intoxicated person and rape of an unconscious person. The prosecution argued that Turner's actions were non-consensual and constituted sexual assault. However, the defense maintained that the sexual encounter was consensual and emphasized the fact that both parties had consumed alcohol that night. The case attracted substantial attention due to the victim's impact statement, which she read aloud in court. The powerful statement detailed the emotional and physical trauma she endured and resonated with many individuals who have experienced sexual assault. In March 2016, Turner was found guilty on 3 felony counts. However, the trial's outcome drew significant controversy and criticism, as Turner was sentenced to only 6 months in county jail, with the possibility of early release after 3 months. The sentence was substantially shorter than the recommended prison term of 6 years put forward by the prosecution. This lenient sentence was widely condemned and sparked national and international debates on sexual assault, consent, and the judicial system's treatment of such cases. The People v. Turner case ignited a broader conversation about campus sexual assault, victim blaming, and the importance of consent education. It contributed to ongoing efforts to reform laws surrounding sexual assault, as well as promote awareness and support for survivors of sexual violence. The USA Gymnastics Team scandal. The USA Gymnastics Team. Scandal refers to a series of sexual abuse cases involving Larry Nassar, a former osteopathic physician and team doctor for the USA Gymnastics national team. The scandal came to light in 2016 when accusations against Nassar surfaced, leading to a widespread investigation and subsequent legal proceedings. Numerous gymnasts, including prominent athletes such as Simone Biles, Ali Raisman, and Michaela Marinay, came forward with allegations of sexual abuse against Nassar. They accused him of using his position as a doctor to gain their trust and then sexually assaulting them under the guise of medical treatment. The abuse occurred at various locations, including training centers, competitions, and even at the athletes' homes. As more victims shared their experiences, it became evident that a culture of silence and cover-ups within USA Gymnastics had allowed Nassar's abuse to persist for years. Many gymnasts claimed that their complaints were dismissed or ignored when they raised concerns about Nassar's behavior. Following an investigation, Nassar was charged with multiple counts of sexual assault and In 2018, he was sentenced to up to 175 years in prison after pleading guilty to 7 counts of sexual assault. The scandal prompted significant criticism and scrutiny of USA Gymnastics for its failure to protect its athletes. It led to resignations of top officials within the organization and highlighted the need for reforms in the gymnastics community to prevent future incidents of abuse. Investigations were launched into USA Gymnastics' handling of the allegations, and steps were taken to improve athlete safety and create more effective reporting mechanisms. The USA Gymnastics Team. Scandal sparked national conversations about institutional accountability, the prevalence of sexual abuse in sports, and the importance of creating safe environments for athletes. It also empowered survivors to speak out about their experiences and shed light on the pervasive issue of sexual abuse within the gymnastics community and beyond. The Charlie Hebdo shooting. The Charlie Hebdo shooting was a terrorist attack that occurred on January 7, 2015 in Paris, France. The target of the attack was the offices of the French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo, known for its provocative and irreverent cartoons, including those depicting religious figures. 2 brothers, Saeed and Cherif Kouachi, armed with assault rifles, forced their way into the magazine's offices during an editorial meeting. They immediately opened fire, killing 12 people and injuring 11 others. Among the victims were journalists, cartoonists, and a police officer. The attack was carried out in the name of Islam and was motivated by the magazine's publication of cartoons depicting the Prophet Muhammad, which some considered blasphemous. After the shooting, the Kouachi brothers fled the scene and embarked on a manhunt that gripped France for several days. In a separate incident, a third assailant, Amedy Coulibaly, who was an acquaintance of the Kouachi brothers, attacked a kosher supermarket in Paris. He took hostages and killed 4 before being killed by the police in a subsequent raid. The Kouachi brothers were also killed during a shootout with police in a different location. The attack on Charlie Hebdo sparked massive outrage and condemnation worldwide, with millions expressing solidarity with the victims and defending the right to freedom of speech and press. The Je suis Charlie, I am Charlie, slogan became a symbol of support and resistance against violence and censorship. The incident had a profound impact in France, leading to increased security measures, debates on freedom of expression, and discussions on radicalization and counter-terrorism efforts. It also heightened tensions surrounding Islamophobia and the integration of Muslim communities in Europe. The Charlie Hebdo shooting remains a significant event in recent history that underscores the complexities and challenges associated with balancing freedom of speech, religious sensitivities, and societal coexistence. The Sandy Hook Massacre. The Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting was a tragic incident that occurred on December 14, 2012, in Newtown, Connecticut, USA. A 20-year-old gunman named Adam Lanza forced his way into the school and began shooting. Lanza was reported to have experienced social and emotional challenges from a young age. He was described as an introverted and reserved individual who struggled with social interactions. Reports indicate that he had been diagnosed with several mental health conditions, including Asperger's syndrome, anxiety disorder, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. However, it is important to note that having these conditions does not equate to a propensity for violence. During his late teens and early 20s, Lanza increasingly secluded himself from society and reportedly spent most of his time isolated in his room. He became fixated on violent video games and amassed a collection of firearms, which he used in the Sandy Hook shooting. Lanza entered Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, where he proceeded to carry out the tragic shooting that claimed the lives of 26 people, including 20 children, before taking his own life. The horrific event shocked the nation and sparked nationwide grief and discussions on gun control and mental health. It led to significant calls for action to prevent further acts of violence and to protect schools and communities. Sandy Hook remains a tragic event that serves as a reminder of the devastating impact that acts of violence can have on individuals, families, and society as a whole. Thanks for watching. To support us, please like and subscribe.